Hunter's Cranberry Beans. William Hovey Smith, 2012. I'm the author of Backyard Deer Hunting, but here's a new recipe that's not in my book.
I'm Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman, and I would like to introduce you to Hunter's Cranberry Beans. Yeah, not everything having to do with cranberries happens to be cranberries, although this is about Thanksgiving, so anything with cranberries would seem to be appropriate. Cranberry beans, these are interestingly colored beans, and they are offered on the U.S. market now as a new food item. As such, they did not receive instant acclaim. So these remained on the shelves and were discounted down, so they were inexpensive. Aha! But these are just regular beans. I mean, they're like dark red kidney beans and light red kidney beans, and no great difference in the cooking methods for them. So I'm going to go ahead and make Hunter's Cranberry Beans. Well, where does the hunting come in? Well, this sausage that we're going to be used was shot with some AR rifles chambered with a .308 cartridge like this on a night hunt using optical night vision equipment. So we have us about a pound of my homemade hog sausage, and we're going to use that and cook the beans with it. And that'll give it some seasonings, and we're going to add a few of the odds and ends, like onions, for example. All right. Now we've gone ahead and soaked the beans. And just to give you an idea of how these bulk up when soaking, this is 2 cups of dry beans here. I'm going to strain the water off this and show you what the volume increase is. What? Well, a few vagrant ones that got away. You can see the increase in bulk. Whoa! Considerable. Okay, any bean this size will do this. So these are just soaked overnight in some lightly salted water. Presently, we're going to brown this in a pan, put this in a pressure cooker, and work it off. We now have our ground, granulated sausage, still sizzling in the pan here, just up. I've got 3 tomatoes. And the reason I'm using the tomatoes is, well, they were getting old and I needed to cook them up. So, all right, no particular reason. And these are some peppers that are going in there. And, of course, here's an onion. So, we're going to whop this all up and proceed to make our cranberry beans. I make and I add no fat to it. So this does not have the 30% fat of typical sausage. And the reason I do this is, even though this is a pork sausage, it is healthier for you. Now I could have used deer sausage, yeah, or I could have even used commercially bought sausage of any sort, but preferably as lean as possible. Because we're trying to make a healthy dish here. One pressure cooker vessel. Okay. Do our beans first. Alright. Our cut up materials here. Good things in there. Deer sausage. See? Almost no grease in this sausage. Very little liquid is pouring out at all. And I make a mild sausage. This is not terribly hot. Water, of course, gonna wash out the pan anyway. that should be about it. So this is what we're looking at now. Now, doesn't that look pretty? It's going to look even prettier when it's cooked. So we're going to put it on there right now and pressure cook it. Okay, get some fire under it. And that will pressure cook for, oh, say 20 minutes. And then it'll be done. It's time to sample a product and see how we did. Well, reasonably well, I think. One thing I was a little bit disappointed with is that the beans themselves do not retain the characteristic color of the raw product. Yeah, so these are just now, oh, I wouldn't call them pink, light brown maybe, very light brown. Okay, see how we do. I actually did not add any salt, but I will now. It does need a little salt. But it was just as well as I did not, because this sausage, of course, has a fair amount of salt in it, and you don't want to get it over salted. Any sausage does. All right, and we're going to add a little butter. That's about a tablespoon of butter substitute here. Smooth it out a little bit. Put these back and resample. The soup from the beans is pretty thin. It's sort of light brown, almost mimicking the color of the beans themselves. Okay, let's see how that does. Those are good. And chewy. There's a little heat from the peppers, not much, but a little. Still needs a little more salt, not too much though. A little more. Yep. Okay. Now that got it. So these make a good cranberry hunter's beans for the holiday season. But now, this is Hovey Smith reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.
My books not only include backyard deer hunting, but also crossbow hunting, practical bow fishing, and extreme muzzleloading, all of which tell you how to clean and cook game. For more information on my books, blogs, videos, and radio show, Hovey's Outdoor Adventures, go to my website, www.hoveysmith.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye and God bless.